Hi, everyone, and welcome to Who Threw the Curve, and this is a Robert Ruiz rant. And today, we're going to be talking about the unlikely patron saint of sobriety, how an Irish nun graced the world with Alcoholic Anonymous. Once upon a time, in a land known for its lyrical poetry, emerald hills, and a slightly concerning fondness for whiskey, there lived a nun with the tenacity of a bulldog and the heart of a saint. Sister Maggie McGillicuddy, though not her real name, for in true Irish fashion, her name has been lost to a night of storytelling and maybe a pint too many, was a force to be reckoned with, a veritable hurricane in a habit who was about to change the world, one sinner at a time. Legend has it that Sister Maggie was born with a steely glint in her eye, a glint that foretold a future of wrangling the most intransigent of demons, including the demon drink itself. It was whispered among the cloisters that when she was handed her first baby bottle, she promptly smacked it away and demanded a cup of tea instead, foreshadowing her lifelong aversion to the harder stuff. Our tale really begins when Sister Maggie, having witnessed the ravages of alcohol on her beloved Irish kin, decided that enough was enough. She was tired of the same old song and dance. Paddy has a bit too much to drink. Paddy sings a lament. Paddy starts to fight with his own reflection. It was a time for intervention, divine or otherwise. Sister Maggie, in her infinite wisdom, and with a twinkle in her eye that would put the stars to shame, founded a little group she liked to call Alcoholic Anonymous. The name was a bit on the nose, but then again, being subtle was never Sister Maggie's strong suit. This was, after all, a woman who once tried to exorcise a pub with nothing but a crucifix and a particularly potent batch of holy water. The first meeting was an affair to remember. A motley crew of the town's most notorious tipplers gathered in a dank basement of the local church where Sister Maggie stood at the helm, looking every bit the sea captain ready to navigate the treacherous waters of sobriety. She began with a prayer, which was promptly interrupted by Sean O'Sullivan snoring in the back row. With a patience that could only be described as saintly, she proceeded to lay out her 12 steps, which were met with varying degrees of enthusiasm and disbelief. Step 1, she declared, was we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable, and that was met with rancorous laughter as Mick Flannery piped up, unimaginable. Sure, I managed to get to the pub every day, don't I? But Sister Maggie was undeterred. With the persistence of door-to-door sales peddling vacuum cleaners in a dust storm, she forged ahead, and something miraculous began to happen. As the weeks turned into months, the laughter became less derisive and more genuine. The group grew, not in just numbers, but in spirit. The story of Sister Maggie and her band of reformed drinkers spread like wildfire, or, like the latest gossip, at a hair salon. Sobriety became the new black, and Sister Maggie was its unlikely fashion icon. She became known as the Angel of Temperance, a moniker she accepted with the humble roll of her eyes and a muttered, "Angels don't have to deal with the likes of you," lot on a daily basis. Under her guidance, Alcoholic Anonymous flourished, becoming a salvation for thousands of souls drowning in their despair. Sister Maggie's blend of tough love, unwavering faith, and a wit sharper than the tip of St. Patrick's staff proved to be the perfect exla for the plague of alcoholism. Of course, Sister Maggie never took credit for any of it. When praised for her work, she simply wave her hand and say, "I'm just a shepherd. It's the sheep who've done all the hard work, but between you and me, those sheep would have been lost without their indomitable shepherd." In the end, Sister Maggie's legacy was not just the countless lives she helped save from the clutches of addiction. It was the laughter she brought into the meetings, the smiles she coaxed out of the most downtrodden faces, and the hope she instilled in the hearts of those who had forgotten what it felt like to believe in something again. So here's to Sister Maggie, the Irish nun with the iron will and the tender heart, whose name may not be etched in history books, but whose spirit lives on in every AA chip, every shared story, and every life reclaimed from the shadows. She was the angel who taught us that sometimes the holiest water is the one you don't drink at all. Thank you for listening to Who Threw the Curve. Please don't forget to share us, like us, and thank you for listening.